Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to talk about Meghan Markle burning down the house. So, where do I start with this? Let's kind of sort of start with a little bit of a history lesson. So the royal family, the British royal family, come from a long line of extremely wealthy, elitist. I'm going to say somewhat racist, or particularly racist in most instances, condoning things like slavery and all that stuff back in their heyday and whatnot. They even had a black princess from Africa as a pretty much a pet, a science project. They did some horrible things to Princess Diana when she became the Duchess of... I don't keep up with British people too much. Duchess of York, I think it was. And because of how they treated her and, the things they didn't do for her that they would have done for the person that they wanted Prince Charles to be married to, it is no surprise that they're treating Meghan Markle this way. Now, I'm not going to say 100% that it's because of the color of her skin, but I can probably tell you that has a lot to do with it. Mostly because people who are white supremacists or elitists, they feel as if the chemical in your body that causes your skin to be a certain color because of where you're from is a hindrance. It was a blasphemy for Harry to marry Meghan Markle, and they didn't like it, and they still don't like it. Obviously, they treated her like shit. They wanted her to be that pet from back in the 1800s, 1848, I think it was, and so she didn't do well at being their little pet. Sit, stay, roll over, play dead, do as you're told, kind of like a robot dog pet. And she wasn't good at it. And fortunately, her husband wasn't playing the game either. He wasn't. I had to give him props for putting up with it for as long as he did, but even more so for him to say, screw this, we're out. And it's a shame that the family, this man's family, has pretty much shit on him and for telling the truth. It speaks volumes when someone tells the truth and people are offended or hurt by it so much so that they have to do something to cause you more harm or do whatever they can to negate the validity of what you just said, no matter how true it is. Also on this same subject, I just want to say that I don't particularly care about what happens with the royal family or anything to do with them because they're a bunch of spoiled, rich elitists and they've gotten everything pretty much handed to them since forever. So I really don't give a shit about any of them, because they really are extremely self-serving, and secrets and treating people like trash is just not the thing, because they don't really give a shit about any of us or any of their own people. To them, it's all about them. They've spent their entire lives getting paid for doing absolutely nothing. They're just figureheads. It's like paying your cat for being your cat, It's just ridiculous. But they are extremely wealthy for doing absolutely nothing for their countrymen. So am I surprised that they're catty like this and the racist, bigot type? No one should be surprised. Do I give a shit about rich people, elitist, feeling like they're not treated fairly? No, not at all. On the bigger picture, I can understand where Meghan is coming from. I can relate and sympathize because we have things in common. She's African American, so am I, And I have been there, done that, when telling the truth causes you harm. And when you stand up for something in yourself and you tell the truth, people try to do you harm because of the truth. And that lets you know that those people are just horrible, awful people. And the best thing for her to have done was to get away from them and then tell the truth here on American soil, where they cannot control the narrative in England. Does the royal family need to grow the fuck up and be drug kicking and screaming into the 21st century, just like pretty much every rich elitist white person in America and almost every white person in America need to be drugged into the 21st century kicking and screaming so that they can understand that, hey, y'all need to get over that bullshit? Yes, absolutely. But, kudos to Meghan for being a blind Bruce Lee in the china shop, or just throwing gasoline, a match, a couple of hand grenades, and, the Tsar Bomba into the castle. I have to give her a big high five for that one. She did a great job. And she should probably do it again because it was quite funny to hear about the reactions of the royal family, which I don't give a shit about any of them anyway, because they don't care about us. But lesson learned here is, if you are African American and you think just for 1 second ever in your life that someone who has lots of money and exposure and power and they're elitist, that they actually give a shit about you in any way whatsoever, royal family not, if you think they care about you in any way other than the fact that you are a pet, or you're there for their entertainment of some sort or whatever, or they're in control of you. If you think anything other than that, and you're not the one with the money and in power and in control, as a black person, you've got another thing coming. They have shown who they are. The veil has been pulled back. The covers have been thrown off. They've shown how elitist, hateful, spiteful, and racist they truly are by doing this to their own family and the princess. Well, I guess she's not a princess now anymore. But that just speaks volumes to how nothing has changed, other than the fact that people of color aren't slaves anymore. Kinda, but we still have gone absolutely nowhere when it comes to civil rights, equal opportunity, fairness, equality whatsoever. Anyway, that's kind of sort of all I have tonight. I just wanted to just kind of get that out there. No, I still don't care about elitists. So, this is just for whatever you guys want to get out of it. Probably no links in the description about any of this. You can go look anywhere on YouTube or Google it, and you'll see exactly what happened, because I really don't care. But have a great evening, everybody. Oh, don't forget, once again, I'm going to say it. I know you guys are getting sick of me saying it, and I'm getting sick of it too. COVID is still a thing. Please wear a mask, wash your hands. Try not to touch your face so much, I know I do it all the time, but hey, I wash my hands a lot, so I can't help it. But be safe out there. Take care of yourself, your family, your friends. Care about each other no matter what. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, what party you affiliate with. It doesn't matter. We can all get sick from COVID. We can all get this virus. We can all die or have harmful long-term effects from contracting COVID. I know we're all tired of staying at home and not being able to hug up on each other and hang out with our friends and do all kinds of sporting events and whatever. I get it, but don't jump the gun and think that just because someone else says it's okay to go outside, that it's okay. It's really not okay. Hold your horses. Wait it out. Everything's going to be fine. But if you want to make things better, hold your politicians accountable by voting out the ones who decided not to vote to help you in any way. Can't go wrong that way, no matter what side of the aisle you're on. If someone is saying We don't want to help you because no reason, just because we just don't want to help you. But they are more than willing to help billionaires become trillionaires. Then those aren't your friends, and they're not here to help you. So, another rant. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you're safe. Please make sure you're taking care of yourself. And by all means, please be the best heathens that you can be. And have a great evening and be safe. Good night.